J-E-T-S! Let's go!
Quick pass to Garrett Wilson. Touchdown! What a throw! Aaron Rodgers to Garrett Wilson.
J-E-T-S!
Let's get it! Wow! Jet Life Stadium. Aaron Rodgers is home, baby. Jets Media, I love you all.
Break off! It's gone!
Ready to take flight with the Jets, baby. Let's go! Woo!
What is going on, Jets Nation? Welcome back to another Jets Media Live. We are live on a Sunday night because we got some news. Mike Williams is coming to town and visiting the New York Jets. They are one of three teams that have a scheduled meeting with the free agent wide receiver Mike Williams. As you can see, Adam Schefter of ESPN's tweet right here just came out like 5 or 10 minutes ago. Former Chargers wide receiver Mike Williams is scheduled to visit this week with the Jets, Panthers, and Steelers per source. Jets up first with Williams arriving Monday night. Also, with the Chargers having traded Keenan Allen, they also are interested in bringing back Williams. So it seems like right now there's four teams in on Mike Williams: the Chargers, the New York Jets, the Carolina Panthers, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And the Jets are up first this week. Don't let him leave the building. Just simple as that. Don't let him leave the building. Sign that contract. Bring Mike Williams in, please. Now, let's break this down and talk about why this is a potential big opportunity for the New York Jets, because the one thing about this offseason that's kind of interesting to me is we have not made one single move at wide receiver yet. Not one. Offensive line is set. Now we just need depth at that spot. We got our backup quarterback, which is a huge hole heading into the offseason. We even got some defensive tackles to fill in some holes. We re-signed Chuck Clark to fill in the safety hole, right? We got a backup corner, but where's the wide receiver, right? We haven't made one yet. And I'm thinking the same thing everybody is. When is that move going to happen? Well, guess what? It could be happening very soon, and it could be Mike Williams. I would absolutely be all in if I'm the New York Jets to bring in Mike Williams, and then you draft a wide receiver even early in the draft, and you can stack up this talented wide receiver class. And you can still get a talented wide receiver even if it's not in the first round. You can get one in the third and the fourth. Maybe you trade back, take a wide receiver in the second round. There's a lot of different opportunities here, but there's no question that the Jets got to get a veteran in free agency or the trade market to help out Aaron Rodgers and the overall New York Jets offense to go all in for this season. So, folks, hit that thumbs up button right now for your boy on your way into the channel. I appreciate you guys big time watching right now on Instagram. We're live on Twitter. We're live on YouTube. Here on Jets Media, we just hit over 22,000 subscribers today on YouTube. But I just want to say thank you all so much for all the continuous support on Jets Media. It's been a lot of fun covering these New York Jets in the offseason, and I'm excited to keep it going, baby. I'm excited to keep it going. Hopefully the Jets can get this done. Bobby, a new member of the Jets Media family. Welcome, Bobby. I appreciate you, man. I really do appreciate the support on the channel. Shout out to Bobby for the newest member of Jets Media. Now, getting into what this offense looks right now on paper, we can all agree that the wide receiver spot is last, right? We need a running back as well, but the wide receiver position is more of a glaring hole, right? We want to get a guy to complement Breece Hall out of the backfield with Izzy Abanikanda, but we also need somebody to be next to Garrett Wilson, because as of right now, we have Allen Lazard still on this team, and apparently the Jets are trying to shop him away. We have, two promising undrafted free agents last year, but nothing promising enough to feel like they're going to do anything ridiculous this year, like Xavier Gibson and Jason Brownlee. I like those two guys, but I'm definitely don't feel comfortable with them being wide receiver 2 or 3. The Jets got to go out there and get a veteran that is in the prime of his career, and that is Mike Williams, because he is a red zone threat, go up and get it, boundary type of receiver. He is an elite talent, and he is coming off an ACL. Of course, there's injury concerns, but today's science, I feel like ACL tears is not as much of a monster injury as it once was. years ago, when you get an ACL tear, your career is most likely done. That's not the case now in today's NFL. You can tear your ACL and really still be back to your old self in just a year. We saw Breece Hall do it last year. Did it look like Breece is coming off ACL surgery last year? Maybe the beginning of the season, but in the middle and the back end of the year, Breece Hall looked elite, and that's coming off an ACL tear. So I'm not too concerned about the ACL with Mike Williams. Obviously, we would like him to stay healthy, but yet the Jets fans need to come to this realization. We have a young stud in Garrett Wilson, and what's next is to pair him up with an established veteran guy. The Jets did this back in 2015, right? When we brought in Brandon Marshall. At the time, everybody thought, I definitely thought when we got Brandon Marshall at the time, okay, a little farewell tour, Brandon Marshall at the end of his career. He's older. He's not in the prime Brandon Marshall anymore. I was dead wrong. He absolutely blew I'm pretty sure he holds the franchise record for touchdowns and receptions and yards or something. I don't know if he holds all three of them, but he had a crazy season, over 1,500 yards and 14 touchdowns. Not to say Mike Williams would have a season like that, just like Brandon Marshall did. That's not what I'm saying. The point is, wide receivers at the same, time of their career can find a new home and really get the most out of it, especially when you have a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers to throw the ball to. Okay, Mike Williams has had a lot of good quarterbacks in his career, right? Started off with Phillip Rivers, who was a gunslinger, and then goes right to Justin Herbert. Mike Williams has been a really solid wide receiver ever since they drafted him in the first round. Had a slow start to his career with injuries, but then him and Keenan Allen were just 1 and 2. Really, really awesome. So if I'm the Jets, man, you got to figure out a way to persuade him to not allow. Listen, he's going to leave. I know the whole Jets Twitter world is going to don't let him leave the building. Don't let him leave the building. He's going to go visit, most likely with the Panthers and the Steelers as well. It's unrealistic for him not to do that. It's possible that he loves the Jets that much. He's like, yeah, I'll sign the contract. But the Jets are in a competition with the Panthers and the Steelers. So how can the New York Jets kind of persuade Mike Williams enough to come to the Jets? Is it with money? Is it with the idea of partnering up with Aaron Rodgers and the idea of potentially going all in for a Super Bowl? I don't know. Where is Mike Williams at in his career? Is he going to chase the bag? Is he going to look to get paid? I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. And let me know in the chat if you know the full details of Mike Williams' contract, but he was released by the Chargers. I don't know if he's getting paid a significant amount of money already from the Chargers. Well, he'll consider taking less money, right? I don't know the full details on that, but I'm sure Mike Williams is still going to want to get paid a decent amount. I think the Jets can get him for 8 to 10 mil per year. Maybe I'm going to get a little crazy, but that's what I would want the Jets to get him for if that's possible, even though he's talented enough to demand more money than that. I'm just wishful thinking right now. But Jets fans, this is definitely good news that the Jets are bringing in Mike Williams. I think that they're going to start. You're going to see a lot of wide receivers now start to, visit the Jets and have their interest. The Jets are also going to be looking at the wide receiver trade market. We found out a few days ago that the Jets called the Chargers about Keenan Allen. So there was an interest between the Jets and the Chargers to figure out a trade, but eventually Chicago swooped in and offered only a 4th-round pick and brought him in. So the Jets were in on Keenan Allen, which tells you that the Jets are interested in bringing in a veteran, established wide receiver. Mike Williams fits that. There's other guys out there still as well that, Boyd is someone the Jets fans have been talking about. Odell Beckham Jr. still out there, which is a name that I feel like is not popular amongst Jets fans. Most people do not want Odell Beckham Jr. on the New York Jets at all. Of course, T. Higgins is still available in the trade market if they want to be aggressive in that end. Brandon Ayuk, Devontae Adams. I'm still going to keep saying his name because I still feel like the Jets are going to be calling the Raiders and say, what do you want? Because we want Devontae, and maybe the Raiders will eventually budge. Yes, still holding on to that, even though some people feel like that's far-fetched and not even possible. Not the case on my end. Austin with a super chat. Thank you so much, my man. I appreciate you, Austin. I appreciate you big time. Love you, Richie. Hope you're doing well, my man. I was going to ask you if you had any openings for Roundtable Sports. Also, the Jets are making moves. First of all, Austin, I love you too. And yes, the Jets are making moves. And yeah, we're always looking for opportunities to hire here at Roundtable Sports. Right now, it's the offseason, so we're kind of game planning for a huge launch. There's a lot of behind-the-scenes work right now at Roundtable Sports. And if those guys that don't know what Roundtable Sports is, It's a sports media company that I'm actually a co-founder of. It's part of the AFC East Roundtable. We're expanding and kind of building like a sports network, and I'm at the head of it with my partners TD Finstock and Dan Mitchell. And we're hiring, 100% hiring. And we're not hiring in this moment, but we're still talking to some people, and anybody that's looking for any type of job, entry-level, part-time, freelance work in the social media, sports media space, you can reach out to me, reach out to TD, reach out to Dan over there at roundtablesportsnetwork@gmail.com, or just my personal email in the description, Austin. So you can definitely check us out. I would love to trade back a few spots, draft Troy Fatanu, draft McConkey or Jalen. Yeah, I mean, Abe, these are definitely, I think the Jets are going to trade back potentially. I made a video this morning about the report about the Jets being open to the idea of trading back. Now, we already talked about it, but we're going to have to talk about it again because that is definitely an interesting conversation. I'm all for it. I think trading down makes way too much sense. It's simple. We don't have a second-round pick. Let's go get a second-round pick and move back a few slots. If we have to move back 6 or 7 slots in the first round to recoup a second-round pick, that is huge. We need more assets in the NFL draft. We want to fill out this roster and make sure that we have enough talent across this team. Now, again, folks, the New York Jets are not the only team in on Mike Williams. The Jets are one of 3 teams, and then you can include the Chargers because according to this report, the Chargers are interested in bringing him back since they got rid of Keenan Allen. I mean, look at the Chargers wide receivers right now. They got no one. I mean, what are you doing? You got Harbaugh, you got Justin Herbert. You want to get him some weapons, so wouldn't be shocked. I definitely see the Chargers going wide receiver, though, in the first round, 110%. So this is really interesting news. I don't think Mike Williams is the only option for the Jets at the wide receiver position, but it is going to be a very awesome offense. Now, let me just, you know what? Let's do a hypothetical. Let's do the hypothetical, okay? The Jets get Mike Williams. Hypothetical world. He visits the Jets. He visits the Steelers, visits the Panthers, decides to go with the New York Jets. He's now a New York Jet. What do the Jets do at number 10? Do we trade back and get an offensive lineman? Do we trade back and get another wide receiver? Do we stay at number 10 and get Brock Bowers? Because the offense potentially being, oh my gosh, I'm even thinking about this, is wild. Aaron Rodgers with backing up with Tyrod Taylor. The Jets starting new offensive line with Tyron Smith leading the way at that left tackle spot. Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, Mike Williams, Brock Bowers. Can you imagine Brock Bowers in this offense with Mike Williams and Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall and Tyler Conklin and Jeremy Ruckert? Those are playmakers. And the one thing I've learned about Joe Douglas, folks, is he loves playmakers a little more than I thought he did. Doesn't feel like that because the Jets are lacking playmakers on offense, but the playmakers he did prioritize 2 years ago was drafting Garrett Wilson in the first round, trading up back in the second round, or trading up 2 slots to secure Breece Hall. Even tried to trade up back into the first round in that draft, by the way, to get Breece Hall. That's how much he wanted the home run hitting dynamic weapon of Breece. So if the Jets like their offensive line and they're rolling the dice with the health, and they got the starting 5, they feel comfortable with those guys, they add a few more pieces to the offensive line for depth, and they want to go pure playmaker, the Jets could potentially land Brock Bowers at 10. They could potentially land Rome Odunze. They can trade back and get Brian Thomas. I mean, the opportunities are endless in terms of getting a elite level playmaker to pair up with the guys already on this team. That's getting me excited, bro. That's getting me excited. Oh my gosh. We want to spoil Aaron Rodgers with weapons. We want to spoil him with protection. We want to give Nathaniel Hackett every tool to use to fix his damn offense because we know his offense was broken last year. Now, I think that Aaron Rodgers will be the biggest mechanic to fix that offensive system and everything because guess what? This isn't breaking news, but Aaron Rodgers is Nathaniel Hackett's system. Is that a bad thing? Yeah, because when Aaron goes down, didn't seem like they had a backup plan, but now here we are. And if, God forbid, Aaron does go down again or misses a few games, I have a lot of confidence in Tyrod Taylor because he's someone that knows how to operate an offense. He knows how to win football games. And if you give Tyrod Taylor, hypothetically, all the weapons in this defense, he can even win some games. So the Jets are really positioning themselves right now for a 2-year window. I think the Jets got to go all in, get Mike Williams, go get your playmaker, or potentially round out the offensive line. And it's a really, really big, debate, man. Like, you can go so many different ways in this draft, which is why the Jets at number 10 is going to be so interesting, bro. The draft needs to get here already because I want to figure out what the Jets are doing. Because if they wanted to go the long-term approach, you can argue going offensive line is the best option for them. Getting a Troy Fautanu, a guy that can sit behind and learn. He's a guard tackle hybrid, and he could be the long-term solution on the offensive line. Or we go more now. Still long-term because you're drafting, right? But you go more in the playmaker route. Whew, that's going to be tough. That's going to be a tough decision. If you're the Jets, bro, I have no idea where they're going. I think that they're going to trade down. That's definitely what I think. My instincts feel like they're trading down in the draft, and they're going to pursue a guy like Mike Williams or be aggressive to trade for a wide receiver. I think Mike Williams fits the bill for exactly what we want, okay? Mike Williams is literally the exact type of talent that I feel like will complement Garrett Wilson perfectly. I am curious to get his recent stats up real quick. So here it is, 29 years old. Last year, definitely coming off, a down season because of his injury. So 2022, he played 13 games, 63 catches, 895 yards, 4 touchdowns. Back in 21, he played 16 games, had 76 catches, 1,146 yards, 9 touchdowns. Okay? 2020, 48 catches, 756 yards, 5 touchdowns. 2019, he had his first breakout year, had over 1,000 yards and 49 catches. So this is a guy that, hypothetically speaking, Aaron Rodgers is healthy all 17 games. Mike Williams is healthy all 17 games. Same with Garrett Wilson. The Jets could potentially have 2 1,000-yard receivers or maybe flirting around 800 yards, which is more than enough for what we need based off what we've seen last year for this Jets offense. I mean, are you kidding me? So I think this is a no-brainer for the New York Jets. The no-brainer. You got to get this deal done. Do not let him leave. Do not let him leave the Jets facility. I know that's going to be the narrative all week. Jets fans are going to be so upset when they find out Mike Williams has left the Jets and now is on his way to Carolina. He's got to do that. He's going to do that. So please don't panic. Jets fans are so panicky. It's ridiculous. There's a big reason why I never talked about the Aaron Rodgers vice president thing, by the way. I'm talking about it now because it's just like, and it was never happening. I never worried about it. I had so many people blowing up my phone saying, oh, Richie, look at Aaron Rodgers, vice president. He's not going to be the Jets quarterback. He's not playing this year. He's going to retire. I didn't buy into any of that nonsense. I didn't talk about it for a reason. So here we are today, though. Here we are today. And Mike Williams potentially coming to the New York Jets. I don't know what type of contract he would sign, if it's going to be a highly incentive deal. Is it a 1-year deal? Is it a 2-year deal? It's 2-year max. I don't see them going above 2-year contract unless it's all fully guaranteed up front, and then they can get out of it in year number 3, similar to the Allen Lazard contract. The Jets signed Allen Lazard last year on a 4-year deal, but realistically, the Jets can get out of it after this year without having any hit on their cap. The Jets are trying to get out of his contract right now by trading him, which I don't blame him, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm really excited, though, because the Jets have a really huge opportunity. And we didn't even talk about what the Jets are doing on defense. We also have another player who's visiting the New York Jets tomorrow, or this week, rather. It's Jadeveon Clowney. Jadeveon Clowney is visiting the Jets. 10 sacks last year. Elite stopping the run. I would love the Jets to bring in Jadeveon Clowney 100% because you replace Bryce Huff with Jadeveon Clowney. I mean, you're replacing basically a young, promising, rising star of a pass rusher in Bryce Huff with an established veteran who's more in tune with stopping the run, who also had 10 sacks like Bryce Huff last year with the Ravens. No-brainer if we could bring in Jadeveon Clowney. I've also been hearing people talk about Chase Young. Chase Young as an opportunity. That would be crazy. I feel like he would fit what Robert Saleh preaches perfectly. Give me one of Chase Young or Jadeveon Clowney. Give me Mike Williams. Let's go into the draft. Let's get crazy. Let's get creative. Let's trade all over the place. Let's bring in our guys, and let's be all in. This is what an all-in team looks like. We're all in right now, folks. The New York Jets are all in, okay? We are all in, and you can tell they are all in. And it is a joy to witness this team be super, super aggressive right now in this offseason. So, folks, we have 73 likes. Let's hit that like button. Let's get way over 100 likes. Shout out to the 350-plus people watching live on YouTube. Smash that like button for your boy right now. I appreciate you guys big time. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We hit 22K today on YouTube, and I cannot thank you guys enough for helping your boy out get to that huge milestone of 22,000 subscribers. This offseason has been a joy. It has been a joy. Last year was stressful because all we were doing was waiting and waiting and waiting for Aaron Rodgers to be a Jet. Remember that last year? At this time in free agency, we were like, yeah, Aaron's going to be a Jet, right? But it took until what, like the first week of April for the deal to become official. We were just waiting and pranting and hoping, and he became a Jet. Now, we're coming off a year with him being a Jet, but also doesn't feel like he was. It feels like we re-signed him this year. It feels like we traded for Aaron Rodgers this year because he didn't play last year because of the obvious injury. So we're loading up. We're giving Aaron every single opportunity to be elite next year and help this Jets team get to the promised land, bro. That's what this Jets team needs to do. We have a 2-year window. The 2-year window is today, and they have to go all in. You look around the division. The Buffalo Bills haven't made any significant move that's like making them anything better. Okay, they're still a good team. Not taking anything away from them. They're the division champs. The Miami Dolphins, right? The Miami Dolphins is a good team as well. So the Jets got to be able. The Jets got to win the division, bro. That's their path to the playoffs. The AFC is loaded. The path to the Jets making the postseason is winning the division. Do I think it's going to be easy? Absolutely not. Even the Patriots will be somewhat improved. The Jets should be going in the division to go get that W, bro. Win the division, get that crown. Starts with Mike Williams. Now, it started with Tyron Smith. Oh, wait, no, Morgan Moses. Oh, wait, no, John Simpson. I love this offseason so much so far, man. And you should too if you're a Jets fan, bro. You should be loving it. And I also want to say this because I know this is a consensus amongst Jets Nation where we're on like protective mode because we were so overhyped last offseason for the season, right? Just for it to get ripped from our hearts and have a heartbreak immediately, right? Aaron Rodgers going down, and then the whole season was a mess. So right now, I would say this: tame your excitement, tame your expectations, and just enjoy the moves and just be happy that the Jets are being aggressive and they're doing everything in their power to build the best roster possible to go all in with Aaron Rodgers and just hope for the best. I'm not saying like blindly think that we're going all the way. This move means we're going to the Super Bowl, and nobody should be building any statues for Joe Douglas until the Jets start winning. I'm the biggest Joe Douglas supporter. I really do believe in him. But I'm also someone that believes that he has to prove that he's the guy. He hasn't proved it yet. It's sad, but it's the reality. Joe Douglas does not have one winning season underneath his belt as a GM. It's year 5. So this is it. As much as I love his moves and as much as I feel like some things haven't gone his way in terms of the luck coin, his big-time draft picks having injury problems or whatever the case may be, his big-time acquisitions getting hurt, Aaron Rodgers. But this is the time where Aaron Rodgers is here, Joe Douglas knows he's here, and he's building the best team around him, and it's up to Robert Saleh and his coaching staff to figure this team out and get to the damn playoffs and dance in that playoffs and go far. This year, there's no sugarcoating it. Last year, you kind of felt that playoff mandate, but then right when Aaron went down, it's like, well, there goes that dream. So the Jets got to stay healthy, and honestly, even if they get banged up with injuries, I don't even want to hear an excuse. I still want the expectation to be playoffs. I don't care who gets hurt. I don't care at all anymore The best teams are able to sustain injuries. I'm hoping that we're not the most injured team again. I mean, the Jets always have the worst luck. So why can't we just have one season of good luck? There's always a few teams out there that have that bill of good luck where their injuries that they suffer are minor. They're week to week. They're not season ending. They're not to their crucial players. They're not to their quarterback. I mean, damn, last year, a lot of quarterbacks went down. Not even just Aaron Rodgers. Aaron went down in record time, 4 plays. But I feel like the Jets have to really get some type of luck their way. Some type of luck their way, just in terms of the bill of health. And I also feel like the Jets are positioning themselves to be able to survive any injuries. This team is deep. This team is really deep right now. And I love it. I love it. And we still got a first-round pick to talk about. Woo! Mike Williams. Now, I'm definitely going to tame my expectations and excitement level on Mike Williams because this isn't a live stream where we're like, oh, we got Mike Williams. If we sign Mike Williams, I'll have a live stream where the energy's high and we landed him. But he's not just visiting the Jets, like we all know. He's visiting the Panthers and the Steelers, and there's a chance he returns to the Chargers. So this isn't a stream where we can really be thinking about Mike Williams as a Jet yet because there's a chance he doesn't sign with the Jets. So I don't want people to get it twisted a little bit that the Jets are signing Mike Williams and it's a guaranteed. It's not a guarantee. Edward with a $2 super chat. Thank you, my friend. What is Zach cap hit when they cut him? So that's another interesting situation right now. Zach Wilson, let me look this up. I think it'll be like a $11 million dead cap, but I could be wrong. But right now, Zach Wilson, no one's interested. You see all the quarterbacks get traded. You know, we saw Justin Fields go to Chicago, which was wild. I'm not. Yeah, went to Chicago. Went to Pittsburgh. I don't know if there's a team out there that's interested in trading for Zach. So I think the Jets would be eating $11 million in dead cap, right? They'd be getting so it'd be bad. The Jets are trying to get rid of that. The Jets are trying to get rid of that. They're definitely not picking up his fifth-year option. They have an $11 million cap hit on Zach, $5.7 million signing bonus, and a $4.3 million roster bonus. And that's what it comes down to. That is what it comes down. Yes, I've said many times on this show that Mike Williams is visiting the Jets, Panthers, and Steelers. I've said that at least 5 times. See the tweet right there. I'm not pretending that the Jets are the only team, and I'm not pretending the Jets are a guarantee they're going to sign him. There's other teams out there that could definitely sign him for sure. Guys, just want to remind you all, if you're just tuning into the show for the first time, my name is Richie. I would greatly appreciate it. You join the family here on Jets Media and hit that subscribe button for your boy. Hit 22K today. Let's go to 23, baby. 23K by the NFL draft. How about that? 23K by the NFL draft. Hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying the show here at Jets Media and if you're new to the channel. If you're not new and you've been here before, welcome back. Great to see all familiar foes in the building, baby. A little late night Sunday evening live show. I love going live with you guys. It's been a lot of fun. This has been a different type of offseason approach from my end on content-wise, and I've been enjoying it. Hopefully, guys, you notice the difference. Hopefully, you guys notice. The draft is in 39 days. Man, I got to wait that long. At least we all do. Keith, my guy. Appreciate you, Keith. Cannot thank you enough, my friend. My only concern is that the Chargers are interested. It's not easy to pack up and move your families across the country. Yeah, I feel you, Keith. The Chargers will definitely make a push. Look at their wide receivers. I mean, why wouldn't they? And the good thing is Mike Williams doesn't seem like he's the only option for the Jets. It'd be a good option, and I'm all in to get him. But if the Jets don't land Mike Williams, I'm not going to be panicking because I still think there's other wide receivers available. But let's be honest with ourselves. We want Mike Williams in the Jets. We want him on the Jets, bro. You kidding me? Woo! His play style is exactly what this offense is missing. Garrett Wilson is like a unicorn where he's like a very unique type of wide receiver. There's not a lot of wide receivers like him. Not to say he's better than everybody. The point is he's just a unique stylistically as a wide receiver. He's like an acrobatic, just twitchy, like bendy, in and out of breaks. I mean, I can talk about Garrett Wilson all day. But he's not Mike Williams in terms of Mike Williams is more of a 6'4", go up and get it, 50 balls, red zone target, make the spectacular catch contested, where Garrett Wilson's more like just like in between the numbers, yak ability, making people miss in the open field. Ooh, I mean, I love Garrett Wilson, bro. And the idea of having him and Mike Williams next to each other, perfect fit. Perfect fit in this offense. 110%. 110%. I'm all for it. So I think this narrative is a little blown up a little bit too much. Last year he got hurt, but then the year before that, 2022, 13 games played. 21, 16 games played. 2020, 15 games played. 2019, 15 games played. 2018, 16 games played. 2017, 10 games played as a rookie. So the only season Mike Williams did not play more than 13 games was last year because he got hurt early. So let's not pretend he's an injury like always gets hurt. So Glenn's pushing a fake narrative. The problem is Williams gets hurt too much. He got hurt last year. All the years I just mentioned, he's been healthy. So for the most part. So listen, not to say it's guaranteed he's not going to get hurt again. Obviously, there's injury concern everywhere. But I do feel like the injury narrative around Mike Williams is a little bit blown out of proportion, in my opinion. He's coming off an injury. But all the years prior to that, want me to list it again? 13 games, 16 games, 15 games, 15 games, 16 games. Those are all basically like everything you want, right? Everything you want. So hopefully he can stay healthy, obviously, if the Jets. That's the thing with every single player that the Jets bring in. Stay healthy, please. Stay healthy, please. Can you please stay healthy? Right? That's what we all want. That's what every Jets fan wants. Can I get a J-E? Let's get it. Let's get it. I already see people on Twitter, don't let him leave the building. Don't let him leave the building. Guys, he's going to leave the building. And just expect that tweet. I know I'm going to see the panic. Oh, no, Mike, why did he leave the building without a contract? Yo, Knock, you down the trade as Devontae Adams? Down. We'll take Devontae off your hands, and then you can sign Mike Williams. How about that? How about that? I'm still holding out for Devontae, baby. I don't give a damn. Do you think the Jets will draft a tackle for depth in the first round or maybe a wide receiver? I made a video on the NFL draft approach for the Jets earlier today, but I think there's so many avenues that the Jets can go with. So many different avenues. They can trade back and pick an offensive line for depth purposes, for the future of that offensive line, or even go wide receiver, or even go tight end. I mean, we're talking about a lot of different opportunities. I'm not even considering any other opportunity besides those three, honestly. I'm not thinking of any defensive player or anything along those lines. Hey, Jets fans, Richie thinks Mike Williams will leave. Well, I'll have you know, I'm setting up a meeting for all Jets fans at Florham Park, New Jersey to not let him leave until he signs the contract. Well, at least we have Nikki. At least we have Nikki helping us out. Nikki's a man of the people. Thank you. We signed Poyer, Jordan Book, Shaq Barrett, Jonnu Fuller, Walker, Neal Moore. Yeah. Good, big offseason for the Dolphins. Big offseason. I think Devontae has to say he wants to get traded. Otherwise, they will keep him. I think the thing with Devontae is he would be down to play with the Jets, but he's also down to play with the Raiders. Like, he's not forcing his way out of town, but he's definitely open to the idea of being with the Jets. I do know that. I do know that. Uh-oh, Abe's going at Dolphins fans. Maybe be at a team over 500 that isn't the Cowgirls, and the Finns will stop being considered the spray tan of the NFL. Oh, Abe, you just got me, bro. You just got me. Bro named a bunch of scrubs. What do you mean, bro? They got Jordan Poyer, Jordan Brooks, Shaq Barrett, who's still in his prime, Jonnu Smith. Don't you know Jonnu Smith? Come on. Fuller, lockdown corner. Walker, I mean, bro, come on now. Dolphins so insecure they got to come to Jets video to get self-fulfillment. Weak. Well, hey, we do welcome all Dolphins fans and all NFL fans outside of Jets Nation on Jets Media because of the AFC East roundtable. So I don't mind Dolphins fans watching. I don't mind Bills fans watching. I don't mind any NFL fan watching. I want this channel to be NFL fan centric. I don't want it. Obviously, Jets are the primary focus always, but we're also talking about NFL. We're also talking about the division. So they're welcome to come and talk their smack. Pull up. I ain't shy to talk back, as you could tell. Hey, Richie, if McCarthy drops to 10, do you think the Jets would think about drafting him, or they move back in the second rounder? Would they draft Penix? I think the Jets get their quarterback in the mid-rounds for sure. I think that's where they're looking at. Michael Pratt, Spencer Rattler, Travis. I mean, those types of guys I'm thinking of more than a Penix or a McCarthy. That's just me. I don't know if the Jets are going to be aggressive to get their guy right away in the first round early. Richie, Jets really trading back. The draft has like 13 elite guys. Why lose out on one? Don't water down. Fins up. The Jets don't have a second-round pick, which is why there's a lot of rumors of them moving back. So there's that. The Jets don't have a second-round pick. Oh, there goes my camera. There goes my camera, folks. But it's all good. I'll fix it. I know you guys can still hear me. We're all gooch. We are all good. But again, the Jets do have do not have a second round pick. So that is why they are potentially doing that. All right. We're back, baby. We're back. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Sorry about that. Damn, the frame that it froze on would have been prime meme material. Oh, God. What did it look like? I'm scared to look at that. I turned that off so fast, I saw myself freeze. I'm like, uh-oh. That would have sucked. How far would the Jets have to trade to spring a second rounder? Good question, David. Good question. I think back like 15 or further. 15 or further. Yeah. Backup quarterback. So you're mocking us because we signed a backup. Nice. Better than your backup, by the way. And Mike White. Just saying. Just say it. Woo! I've learned, King Jamie, how to fix on the fly because we're live. So you can't stall when you're having technical difficulties. We should sign Tyler Boyd. I mean, that is definitely a name that I think that Jets fans should be opening their minds to a little bit more as well. Big Frank, 2005, baby. Hey, Richie, how can the Jets create more cap space? Thank you for the $2, Big Frank. I appreciate you. And the answer to your question is they can restructure some of their contracts, like Quinnen Williams, they can restructure. John Franklin Myers, they can restructure. DJ Reed, they can extend and restructure. So there's a lot of different avenues the Jets can go to create more cap space. Still, thoughts on if Bakhtiari is still an option as swing tackle? If he's going to be a backup, I think if he would want to be back over the Jets, at least I'd hope. I'd love to bring in Bakhtiari. Can you imagine bringing Bakhtiari as a swing tackle? Oh my gosh. If he's down to be a backup, I mean, he's a great player. He's just injured. Comes through on a vet minimum, bro. That'd be huge. But I don't know if he's willing to take a big time, like small contract to play for the Jets. I'm not sure. I mean, I hope so. Reunite with Aaron Rodgers. Let's go. Guys, let's get to 200 likes. We're at 147 with 356 people watching right now. Don't forget to hit that like button. Let's get over 200 likes, baby. The Jets are meeting with Mike Williams. They are not the only team meeting with him, again, because I feel like I have to keep repeating myself because new people come in and be like, Mike Williams is also meeting with the Steelers. Yeah, I know. What quarterback do I want? It's interesting, man. There's a lot of guys I like in the mid-rounds. I like Spencer Rattler, the idea of it. Don't love it. If they want to get aggressive and trade up for Michael Penix, I'm not sure. Bo Nix. I heard a lot of rumors about the Jets being linked to Bo Nix. But I don't know if they're going to be that aggressive for their quarterback this year. I don't know. I think they're going to go more like Jordan Travis range in the mid-rounds. Joe Milton, Jordan Travis, Michael Pratt, those guys. Tua's top 5. All right, folks. Tua's top 5. Tua's top 5. We still have Dolphins fans thinking that? Holy crap. That's hilarious. But he leads the league in passing yards, so he has a point, right? Tua's good. He leads the league in passing yards. Correct. Mike Williams is visiting us, the Panthers and Steelers. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Are Jets high on Tulane and Jordan Travis? I haven't heard any correlation between the Jets and those specific prospects yet, but maybe we will get at that more as we get to the draft and the combine start happening, or the combine start happening. Let's go, baby. So this week is the second week of free agency, and I'm expecting the Jets to be very aggressive and make some moves. Still shocks me that the Jets to this day have not signed a wide receiver. Not even like a small depth guy. Like a wide receiver 5. I don't want to say it's concerning, but it's definitely interesting. Right? It's definitely interesting. Man, you guys make live streaming lots of fun, man. It's a Sunday night, and we're having a ball. It's a Sunday night, and we're having a ball. I'm assuming everybody in the chat's open to Mike Williams. Like, there's nobody that doesn't want to do that, correct? At least I hope. I mean, hey, there could be someone. Could be someone in the chat that's like, Mike Williams, nah. Here we go. Mike Mutfields, don't have him leave. Don't have him leave. Don't let him leave the building. Guys, he's going to leave the building. He's going to leave the building. Sorry. You're going to see the tweet. Here he goes on his way to the Panthers, and Jets fans are going to panic. Seems like it. Or he signs with the Jets before he leaves the building. You never know. You never know. We will find out tomorrow. I'm excited for another week, though, of NFL free agency. We got a lot of exciting things on the horizon with this Jets team, bro. A lot of exciting things on the horizon. If we land Jadeveon Clowney and Mike Williams this week, bro, I don't even know if that's financially possible, but that would be crazy. Can you imagine that? The huddle about to be lit. Yes, Zachary. The huddle is about to be lit this week. Check out the huddle every day, Monday through Friday, baby. 3 o'clock, your boys live talking NFL-related news, NFL free agency frenzy continuing this week. Starting tomorrow at 3 o'clock. I'm excited, bro. You should be too. Duct tape him to MetLife. Don't let him leave the building. Oh, my gosh. Is Mike Williams down to take a team-friendly contract, or is he probably going to look to get paid? I think that's the really deciding factor of this entire situation. Because if he's willing to take a pay cut or not get significant money, I think he's going to pick the Jets. I mean, we're the most enticing team, bro. The Steelers are, I guess you could say they're definitely an enticing team. For sure. They need a wide receiver next to Pickens, just like we need a wide receiver next to Garrett Wilson. So the Jets got to figure out a way to get him on the payroll, okay? Pretty simple. That benefits both parties. Let him get paid, and let's figure out a way that benefits both parties. I want Mike Williams and wide receiver 3 from the draft. Wouldn't you rather go tight end there? Because then we'll have 3, I don't know. Mike Williams is probably a waste of money. Why is that? All-Star Ashton still unsigned. We got to bring him back. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Of course. Thanks. Thank you, Mike. Show off the flow. It's funny. Every single time I don't wear a hat. I mean, right now my hair is messy, so. But it's funny. Every time I don't wear a hat in a video, everyone in the chat, everyone in my comments thinks I got a perm. I'm like, what? Makes me laugh. I'm like, what makes you think I got a perm? It's my natural hair. My hair is curly, so I have like curly hair. That's really all it is. It's called curly hair. Nothing wrong with a perm, but I don't have a perm. I find it hilarious because it's not just one person. Like everybody that doesn't know me in person and I wear no hat in a video, it's like, oh, Richie's got a perm. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? And I tell my friends that, and they find it hilarious. I'm like, yeah, I don't wear a hat in some of my videos, and they think I have a perm, and they like, what? But hey, I'm gonna let the curls flow, baby. We're gonna let the curls flow. I mean, the curls are crazy right now because now it's hat hair. I would not wear my hair out like this. I mean, maybe I would. I don't really care. I actually saw, I was at Roosevelt Field Mall over the weekend on Friday, actually, and a subscriber came up to me and said, what's up? If you're watching, James, I asked his name. It's good, James, if you're watching this. Came up to me at the food court, the mall, and said, yo, what's up, Richie? You're Richie, right? I was like, yeah, what's up? He's a Jets fan, and it's just funny because I love interacting with you guys in public even. And I thought to myself, I wonder if there's any Jets fans here I can talk with. And then a dude comes out of nowhere, and now we're talking Jets. Always appreciate meeting some subscribers out and about. If you ever do see me in person, by the way, please do not hesitate. Come on up to me. Say what's up. I love connecting. I love conversing. Jimmy Casket, the man, the myth, the legend. Thank you for the $5, my friend. This season will be bad for the roundtable. Views and revenue will be down because the Jets will run away with the division, so only Jets fans will show up. Well, Jimmy, I would hope that this still means that we're running the things. If only Jets fans show up, Jimmy, I better still see the numbers through the roof, right? I mean, that you're underestimating the power of Jets Nation. Jets fans, promise me this. If Jimmy's correct and say the Jets take over the division, hypothetically, in a perfect world, I still want the AFC's roundtable to be exploding. Okay? And that would be on the behalf of Jets fans. Right, Jimmy? Richie, you look Sicilian. I am Sicilian. Part Sicilian. And Napolitan. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. Thank you for the super chat. Who's running back 2? Right now, we don't know. We don't know. We don't have a we don't have one yet. I mean, it's Izzy Abanaconda right now, but the Jets are going to be adding someone, whether that's in the draft or not. So, we shall see. The Jets have around 20-ish, $21 million in cap, I think. Yeah. So, guys, don't forget to hit that like button on your way in, folks. Come on now. What other... I'm mostly Italian. I never got the test, so I don't know exactly what percentages I am, but I know I'm majority Italian, slight Irish. My grandmother was half Irish, I believe, or something like that. Yeah, but that's really it. Mostly Italian. With some Irish in me, and probably others. Which is awesome. We're not going to be doing a call-in tonight, but we will be doing call-ins this week. I'm sorry, Aurora. I promise. We'll have a call-in just for you. Promise you. Who do you want, Richie? Bowers, wide receiver, offensive tackle, trade down in the draft? I want all of those. I need all of them. I want Bowers. It's tough. It's tough. Richie's father is Robert De Niro. People say my father looks like Christopher Walken. Some people say he looks like Christopher Walken. I don't see it because he's my father. I don't see Christopher Walken and my dad, but all my friends are like, dude, Big Rich, because my dad is the same name as me, Richie, Richard. And people call my dad Christopher Walken. I'm not a Rangers fan. No. I mean, I don't hate the Rangers, but I'm not really a hockey fan, if we're being honest. You're also Puerto Rican by association because of me. I'm down. I'm open to that, 100%. I love Puerto Rico. Richie, if Mike Williams is signed, who do we pick? Jimmy, thank you for the $2, my friend. Brock Bowers or Troy Fatanu or someone else. But those are the two names that come to mind, Jimmy. Those are the names that come to mind. TW with the $5. Thank you, my friend. Fact of the day, Tua is tied in career playoff wins with the Jets' backup quarterback, Tyrod. 0. Oh, man, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. TW, thank you for the super chat. Hopefully any Dolphins fans don't see this. Hopefully no Dolphins fans read this, TW. No Dolphins fans going to read that. Thank you for the super chat. Henny with the super chat. I want 22 draft vibes all over again. Relax, Henny. You got to ask yourself, why did we have those draft vibes? Don't forget, we had 2 picks in the top 10, 2 picks in the second round. We have 4 picks in the first 2 rounds, which resulted in the Jets to be aggressive and do a lot of fun things. So that 2022 draft vibe is going to go down in history because I don't know if we're ever going to relive that, unfortunately. But I'm down, Henny. I'm not saying I don't want it. T. Rivera with the super chat. Thank you, my friend. I cannot thank you enough, T. Rivera. Appreciate you, bro. Richie, we trade back, get JPJ and Polk in the draft, among others, in free agency, Williams, OBJ, and back. I don't really see JPJ as an option. How is he going to fit? But maybe. Listen, I feel like Rivera, you got some interesting points here. You got some interesting points, and that's the beautiful thing about the offense, the draft right now, is there's so many opportunities for the Jets to make a move. Like, we don't know where the Jets are going. It's not obvious. Usually it's like obvious, oh yeah, the Jets are going to this, because Joe Douglas's approach right now is he does not want to go into the draft with one gigantic hole that he wants to fill. He wants to fill out the roster with talent and then get the best player available. That's the philosophy, folks. That's the philosophy. Joe Douglas wants to fill in every hole right now and then get the best player available. That's always been the philosophy. It should stay the philosophy. Joe Cucina with a $2. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe Cucina. Appreciate that. The big fella. The Fins fans eat corn along the way. Think about it. Fins fans eat corn the long way. Okay? Oh, man, you guys are something. Richie, do you like the Yankees? No! I'm a Mets fan. I love baseball. Hockey, I'm not really into. Baseball, I am into. I'm into baseball, basketball, football. Those are my 3 sports. I know people are like, oh, you're missing out on hockey. You got to get into hockey. Nothing against hockey. It's just not something I grew up a passion with. I got my passion for my Jets, Knicks, and Mets since I was a baby, since I was a kid. Jimmy from Seattle, baby. Thank you so much for the $5, my friend. You are awesome, Jimmy. I love you, bro. JD, save your money. Sign Josh Reynolds, Odell Beckham Jr., and draft the guy in the 3rd. G-Dub takes pressure off of OBJ, MVS, and Reynolds. Sneaky. Interesting. Interesting, Jimmy. I feel like Jets fans would be underwhelmed by this, but I think it does have an opportunity. It does have an opportunity to work, because look at Aaron Rodgers' MVP seasons with Green Bay. He had number one, and it was Devontae Adams, who was the go-to number 1 guy the whole time. And then who would he have next to Devontae Adams? Randall Cobb, Alan Lazard, MVS. So it's not like Rodgers needed a stacked unit. So I think Garrett Wilson's talented enough to carry the load with a guy like Reynolds next to him and an OBJ and a rookie. I can see that. But I do feel like there's better opportunities for sure. Appreciate the super chat, Jimmy. Joe Cucina's in the chat again. How many times you watch Sopranos? I'll let you answer that yourself, Joe. What do you think? Oh, I love it. I love it. OBJ is overrated. Yeah, I feel like everybody doesn't like. I don't think there's anybody that wants Odell Beckham Jr. I don't think I came across one person that's like, yeah, go get me Odell, even though it's very possible. Henny, I want Brock Bowers. I'll be honest with you. Early in the draft process, when I saw him, I was like, yo, the Jets wanted Michael Mayer last year. I think I have a feeling if Brock Bowers is there at 10, that's the pick. That feels like a Joe Douglas move. Best player on his board. Playmaker, can block, can run, can catch, can do one-handed things, can pick up yards after the catch. He's dynamic. There's a chance he goes to the Jets for sure. I mean, he is a weapon. An absolute weapon. Can you imagine him and Conklin, bro, with Ruckert? That's ridiculous. I don't think we can go with Joe Alt unless we want to waste a pick on someone that's going to not play. I mean, that's the tough thing, bro. Do we go the long term? Because the long-term answer would be, yeah, get Joe Alt. Let him be the franchise guy in the future when Tyron Smith walks because he's not here long term. Interesting, because the same thing with the quarterback position. The quarterback position isn't set for the long term right now. It's set for the short term, just like the wide receiver, just like the, offensive tackle position. It's set up for the short term, not the long term. So that's the thing that this Jets team is balancing out right now. Folks, let's get to over 200 likes. We're at 194. Smash that smash that like button. Smash that like button. Let's go. Let's go. The Jets got to meet with Mike Williams. Don't let him leave the building, as some Jets fans would say. Yeah, absolutely love to see it. Sign Mike Williams, draft Xavier Worthy. Do you like, I like that idea, by the way. Do you like my profile picture? Yeah, I love it. Quincy's a dog. Damn edits. D-man edits. Yes, D-man edits. I would 100% take Joe Alt. I don't see him falling to 10. That's why I'm not really thinking about it. That's why I'm not really thinking about it. Richie, who is your best and worst Jets draft picks? The best, you can argue, I mean, Sauce and Garrett, but those are our, offensive, defensive rookie of the year. Hard not to pick them. Really isn't. I know it's the obvious answer, but let's be realistic here. I think Jermaine Johnson's going to be looked at as a huge pick for the Jets because they traded up for him and they got him in the back end of the first round. I think he has a chance to be literally something special. Worst pick, Calvin Pryor. Zach Wilson. Yep, Zach Wilson could be. Sad. Unfortunately, I think Neighbors and Ndunze will be gone by 10. Giants and Chargers both going to take wide receiver. Yeah, I'm not banking on that. I agree. I don't know. Calvin Pryor is the first name that just came to my mind. Of course, bro. I don't even want to talk about bad draft picks for the Jets. We'd be here way too long. We'd be here way too long. We'd be here way too long. I don't want to be here that long. We're going to wrap up the show, guys. We're just about to hit the hour mark. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. The Jets are meeting with our guy, Mike Williams, tomorrow. And I will let you guys know anything else that comes out. Definitely expect more content on the channel tomorrow. Throughout the week, of course, here on Jets Media. Thought this was a fun little live stream to do on a Sunday night. Never really go live on Sunday evenings time. So I enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Hope you enjoy your Sunday night. Get some rest. Have a great time. Oh, we got a last super chat at the buzzer. Henny, remind the Fins fans about the epic collapse. First place for 16 and a half games. And the Buffalo Bills swiped it. I don't know how you guys survived that as a fan base, honestly. Hey, Henny did it, not me. You had to do that, Hennessy. You had to do it. 70 points for nothing. Oh, you're ruthless. You're ruthless. All right, folks. Salute to you guys. I'm going to wrap up the show here. and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.